안녕하세요. Limpeh Singapore 남자입니다. 네, 안녕하세요, 여러분들. Today I just want to talk about what March is like in Seoul, right? Today is March, in the middle of March. It's not really middle of March. It's like 21st of March today. And look at that. I'm not sure if you can see, but it's actually snowing right now, very lightly. Can you see in the background? Can you see the snow? Like white color specks against the darkish background. Yes, March is actually springtime in Korea, right? And it's early spring, so as you can see the trees here, trees are still all botak. Botak in Singlish means it's all still bold. Bold is botak in Singlish. So as you can see, the trees are still all botak. But you see, I'm just wearing nothing but a turtleneck and a vest right now. See, I'm not even wearing a coat. And you can see people dressing very lightly today because when it comes to March, March is early spring and you rarely get like below zero temperature anymore, even at night, right? So daytime temperature in March can hit a high of about 20 plus degrees, 20, 21, 22 degrees, and a low of about 0 degrees. And so on really cold days, daytime should be about 5-6 degrees. On really hot days, daytime could be about 20 degrees, and nighttime usually about 0 to 5 degrees, alright, no matter if it's a hot or cold day. So March means spring and spring means rain. This is the first most major rainfall of this season so far today. Take a look. So that's about March for you. So that's why March you don't really need like a winter jacket at all. Usually you just wear your trench coat, your normal spring trench coat without padding, okay? Or you know, like me, see, this is all nothing inside. And just a padded vest like that. Like this will do. Oh, you can see it is snowing very heavily right now. Can you see it? Can you see the snow? Can you see it? You see the snow? Snow's gotten slightly heavier right now. Whoa. So it is very unusual to snow in March, okay? So this is like the only snow that I've seen in March so far, and this is probably the final snow. Now usually what happens is that just before the flower starts to bloom, you usually have one last snow, and this is probably that last snow before the flowers start to bloom. Flowers usually bloom about end of March, the final week of March or the first week of April. So if you want to come to Korea for the winter flowers, the sakuras, or what in Korea we call the potgot, which in English is called cherry blossoms, right? Very famous in Yeouido here. You will want to come during the first week of April and not like in March, because right here in March you're not getting the flowers, you're not getting snow. It's very hard to run into this snow, by the way. This is like the only snow, so if you're here for only 1 week in March, you're not likely to see snow either. And this is very light snow, so light, like the moment it hits the ground it just disappears. Very light snow, okay? So yeah, let's take a look at what people are wearing down the street. There you see windbreakers and light trench coats. That's the order. In fact, that color, the beach color trench coat, it's kind of like the in thing this spring season. As you can see, the snow is getting a lot heavier right now. I'm not sure if you can see on the screen. Can you see? Oh yeah, this angle, you can see the snow, right? It's getting a lot heavier. As you can see, fashion down the street, very light fashion, no longer very occasionally you get people dressed up in winter paddings. So March is really like nothing much. March is and the major festivity in March is of course the what Singaporeans call the Tsokgome, or the 15th day of the Lunar New Year. Okay, it happens in March, and it is the biggest festivity in Korea, where you have the what's that? The burning of the pier of good luck, I would call it. Alright, I made a video on it. Give these wishes and makes it come true. So, wow, suddenly it's no longer -6 degrees. It feels like 20 degrees right here. Woo! And then you have Korean lion dance and all that stuff. So basically everything's gonna happen right here around the pyre, which is the Paltip. It's very huge festivity on the 15th day of the lunar month here in Korea, and it happens in March. Okay, now don't ask me which particular day because it's the lunar calendar. Every year is slightly different, right? That is the biggest thing to look out for in March. Other than that, there's nothing much in March, while everybody else is just waiting for the flowers to bloom and welcome the real all-out spring, right? So yeah, because there's really nothing much in March. If you decide to come to Korea during around this period, I would advise you to actually make your trip around the first week of April instead, where at least you have a lot of flower festivals, including the famous cherry blossoms in Yeouido Festival. Yeah, a lot of exciting things going on in April, but March is, well, kind of nothing much. And so if you want to come during March, make sure you do come during the 15th day or Lunar New Year, the Chap Gome period, right? That's when at least you can experience the biggest traditional festivity of Korea, right? The Taljip Teugi, right? So, yep, I'm gonna enjoy my snow right now. Wow, look at that! Look at the snow. Today it's really snowing. Probably, very likely, the final snow of this 2017-2018 season. See you guys next month. Just see what April holds for Korea. Annyeong.